whispering in the trees. It's two cities and they're only.
Joining us for our first ever Plain Talk segment is Lake County Councilman Mike Repay. Mike, thanks so much for coming in.
Hey,
I truly appreciate it. It's nice to have you aboard. And I'd like to pat myself on the back and say that it was incredibly wise of me to have you for the first guest, because I asked you about a week ago. We started talking about it, came up with the segment, invited you to be the first guest, and now all kinds of things are happening that you're involved in. So you really are the perfect guest to get us going on Plain Talk. And again, thanks for coming in. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of you, but let's get right to it. You've been in office now how long?
I've been in office now 11 months.
Now you understand what Plain Talk is going to be, do you not? Do you have any idea?
I'm fully prepared for just an all-out assault on me. You know, at least
it's not going to be a wrestling match or anything. But
I think of it like you and I talk, and as I talk with a lot of my friends and colleagues and stuff like that. You know, it's good to talk plain. It's good to talk without the BS and without the, you know, he's.
And that's what we're looking for. I don't want you to be worried about your supporters. Of course, I know you're going to be concerned and always have in mind your constituents, and that's acceptable. Just want some plain talk, some real answers. There's a lot of stuff going on. You chose this avenue. You're on it now at high speeds. I would think you're already in there working on the budget. And let's just go right to the budget. How is that working out? Are you getting a lot of resistance? Are you within acceptable parameters, or where are we?
Budget's been submitted. Budget's passed by the council. It's been submitted to the DLGF. We just recently made, which is the Department of Local Government and Finance. They basically go through and approve it, and they'll kick it back to us.
Let's get some names that for those guys. Do you know who they are?
DLGF?
Yeah.
No.
You don't know who
I think they want to be nameless. I think that's probably proper that they be nameless.
That's what's up with that?
I really don't know. It's for all I know, it could be a computer named DLGF down there that just runs all the numbers.
So it goes down to Indianapolis.
It goes on to Indianapolis, and basically they check it. They don't check it for efficiency necessarily. They check it for balance, and they check it for different legal.
Well, tell us all what kind of money is Lake County going, as a stockholder, what kind of money is Lake County going to operate on?
We are going to operate in the neighborhood of 120 million.
120 million. And that, tell us some of the things that all of us would be aware of that money will go towards.
Well, the 80-20 rule definitely applies in county government. You're talking about 80%. It's probably 70-30, but it's a very large chunk is going to criminal justice, in the form of the judges and clerks and prosecutors, as well as the jail and the sheriff's department. So that's a big hunk of it. And then there's the very, not that that's not important. Of course, it's very important.
That's huge. That's huge.
But one of the very important things that doesn't exist without that 20%, which is the 20% is actually the spending that's required to generate the money. You know, the assessing and the auditor's office and the treasurer, the actual collection of the taxes.
Surveyor's office.
Surveyor's office.
What was that figure again? 180?
120.
120 million or so at ballpark.
Yeah.
Okay, close enough. Portions of that is payroll.
What portion?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. Plain talk. I can have plain talk, but I don't know about
All right, let's go to my hero, Joe Hero. Hey, Joe, what's up?
I just listened to the Repay interview. I thought it says a lot. You got a young councilman who doesn't see the problem in the way this thing was resolved. He talks about first that the county council had meetings on what map they should do. Now, were these public meetings? No, they weren't. They all got together in some other back room to see what they wanted. And then he said that Jerry Shube had authority from the commissioners. And I'll ask, what public meeting did he get authority from? The commissioners to represent them for the maps. What is sad is when you get a young politician like Mike Repay, and he doesn't understand the ethics of what happened. The big picture, how this thing was all done in the back room. You notice the tone of his voice, how he likes to stutter a little bit and try and spin this thing like, oh, it's okay. really, the people, the citizens of Lake County got shortchanged on this deal. It was a backroom deal, no matter what kind of sugar-coated stuff Mike's a nice guy that he puts on it. It's just sad that he doesn't understand the ethics
Roy
of
Dominguez,
how this
former
was done.
Lake County Sheriff on the line. Hey, Roy, how you doing? I thought you might, this might get your ear.
You're absolutely right, Victor. How are you?
Very good, sir.
And a good show. And Mike Repay, I knew his dad, Ed Repay, and both excellent public servants. I mean, Ed was a great fighter, and Mike's developing in himself as he continues to gather more experience in politics and continue to be a public servant. And I wish him the very best. And
I know you didn't call to praise Mike Repay, so let's go.
No, yeah, I'm right. I love that about you, Peter. I mean, you hit it on the head. This isn't about, when Mike says, well, in the redistricting, some people who voted for him last time are not going to vote for him, or not in the commissioners or in the county council seat. The redistricting does do that, but it's one map. It's the one map, not the two map. And when you have the two map system that they've adopted for Jerry Shoup, it's Jerry Shoup's scam. It's another debacle. 48,000 people will be disenfranchised. We need to make that very clear. At the preliminary analysis, it's 48,000 people. It has nothing to do with whether it's legally right. It's not morally right that people will be casting their vote for somebody who will not be their elected representative.